Mr. Ronaldo Alfaro. Thank you very much. I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizers of this event for having received the invitation to participate in this event, especially for Marco Parduco and all of your friends here in Mérida. I want to tell you how happy I am to be in this beautiful city with such kind people and to see all of my friends who are here with me, and to tell you how productive these days have been here in this city to be better informed about this topic and to know more what's happening in this movement. I would like to tell you that Costa Rica is a very small country, and it is very needs to depart from underdevelopment as quickly as possible. We have a government that allows itself to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in the drug war without getting any kind of positive results. We have created an alcoholism and drug dependency bureau that has spent huge amounts to combat drugs and taking money out of our own Social Security funds, and we're paying for specialized police, technical equipments for investigations. We have patrol ships, we have helicopters, we have systems of radar that are very sophisticated to try to create a difference here. We have invested tremendous amounts of money in judicial procedures and other type of police supervision. The final results have been terribly negative, as they have been all around the world, according to what we have been hearing here in this event. We can enumerate in 4 categories. The first terrible result is a worsening in the general situation in our country as a whole. We have a growing consumption. We have a strengthening of the drug traffic and drug dealer activities. We have an involvement of our public functionaries in these activities. Costa Rica has become, unfortunately, a jumping-off point for drug traffic in the last 2 or 3 years. We are totally irrespectful toward the individual rights of our citizens. There is a growing degree of abuse against civil rights because of the practices that have come in with this system. We can have line taps on our telephones. You may go to jail if you commit crimes without victims, and you may be put in jail just under suspicion of having committed one of these crimes. This is a distraction to the government from its legitimate goals, and they have been able to impose an ethical code that is being repressively imposed on our people. This becomes a paradox, of course. And fourth, it is a policy which contributes to underdevelopment. It is a distraction of funds for our country. It is the resources that should be going to economic development and social development for our nation are sent off into a system where the results are completely negative. We need to change our pace here. At this moment, only our Libertarian Movement Party is trying to make people hear our views on this. First of all, we must denounce this famous anti-drug war. Who is benefiting from this illegality of drugs? We think that the narco traffic is completely defended. The prohibition has an immediate effect of the greatest magnitude. It is the cause that, because due to this, drugs have exceptional prices, and this has turned into a really good business. It stimulates that thousands of people become involved in these activities. Drug traffickers are able to pay off judges and police officials, and because of these high prices of drugs, it's impossible to win this war. We see that our politicians are taking bribes in these activities. As the second point, I would like to point out certain alternatives in this battle against drugs, where government programs, where these government policies have failed, we need to come up with alternatives that can succeed. In Costa Rica, we have asked people to work from the home level. We have restoration centers which belong to several different church groups. We have Alcoholics Anonymous, we have the Salvation Army, and many other private organizations that have been very successful in this area with very small resources, really. They have managed to succeed where the multi-million dollars spent at the government level have completely failed. The reason for this, because these people are volunteers. They do it because they are totally persuaded and that they should try to change human behavior, and the change is real and it's being obtained. It is necessary to respect the individual's right to decide what to do with their own body. There are only two ways to treat people, either through persuasion or through repression. We need to use prohibition and a police force to be able to change their lifestyle shows a lack of respect for their individual rights. And an unexpected consequence of this violence is that it's not working. We libertarians would like to follow with the Costa Rican model so that people can understand themselves and live in peace with each other. We libertarians feel that if we're going to control drugs, is the only way is to persuade people to stop using them. We have been kidded here by thinking that we would be able to control drugs by using this terrible system. We have even forgotten our own traditions, which has always taught us that education, information, and dialogue are the three best ways to get to any of your own goals. This system has become a paradigm of, we need to use the paradigm of common sense to make our goals and to obtain them. The reason that we have not done this is because we don't want to crash into or confront the prejudices that are prevalent in our countries. We absolutely must confront these ideas because we need to use our resources wisely. In Costa Rica, we feel that we are really at the vanguard of this movement. We are here to listen, and we feel that this international debate about this issue will become a sounding board so that other people can hear us, and people even in our own countries will be able to change and to think about whether we want to change. It is very important that all of these fellow countries from Latin America, that we stop this irrational, ineffective war against drugs. We must have dialogue and respect for personal liberty. For each human being, that's the only dignified way, and we hope that reason will triumph and that we will continue to be committed to try to obtain our goals. Thank you very much for listening to me today.